cats can't tell you this, but these everyday habits can break their trust. What if one day your cat suddenly changed? They stopped greeting you at the door. They no longer rub against your legs. And when you reach out to pet them, they quietly take a step back. Most people would simply say, well, cats are just like that. Independent, unpredictable, sometimes affectionate, sometimes distant. But is that really true? The truth is, cats rarely change for no reason. Every step backward, every moment of silence, every time they choose to keep their distance, usually has a reason behind it. Cats can't cry. They can't explain what's wrong. The only thing they can do is slowly stop trusting you. And here's the surprising part. The things that hurt a cat the most usually aren't abuse. They aren't acts of cruelty. They're the tiny habits, the little things we do every single day, without ever realizing how they make our cats feel. Today, we're counting down the 10 everyday mistakes that quietly damage your cat's trust. And believe it or not, almost every cat owner has done the number one mistake. Number 10. Your cat's name has become bad news. Have you ever noticed that your cat clearly hears you, but pretends not to? You call their name, nothing, not even a glance. Many people think, my cat is just ignoring me, but maybe your cat has simply learned how to avoid trouble. Think about it. When do you usually call your cat's name? Before a bath. Before trimming their nails. Before giving medicine. Before putting them into a carrier. Again and again and again. Your cat starts to notice a pattern. Every time my human says my name, something unpleasant happens next. Slowly, their own name stops meaning love. Instead, it becomes a warning, so they stop coming. Not because they don't love you, but because they're trying to protect themselves. Want to change that? Start calling their name before something good happens. Before giving a treat, before playing together, before a gentle chin scratch. Help your cat learn that hearing their name can also mean safety, comfort, and happiness. Number 9. You call it a surprise. Your cat thinks their world is falling apart. One day, you bring home a kitten, or a puppy, maybe even a newborn baby. Everyone in the house is excited, everyone except one. Your cat sits quietly in the corner, watching, not moving, not blinking. You tell yourself, they just need time, and yes, they do. But for a cat, this is much bigger than meeting someone new. Cats build their sense of security around familiarity. Familiar smells, familiar sounds, a familiar territory. Now imagine waking up tomorrow and finding a stranger living in your bedroom without anyone warning you first. Would you feel relaxed? Probably not. That's exactly how many cats feel. They don't know whether this newcomer is a friend or a threat. They don't know whether they'll still have your attention, or whether they've just been replaced. Some cats hide, some stop eating. Others begin over-grooming until patches of fur disappear. Not because they're jealous, because they're scared. If your family is about to grow, give your cat time. Let them discover new smells slowly. Introduce changes step by step. Because trust is almost never built overnight. Number 8. They didn't just lose a cat tree, they lost their safe place. If cats could design a house, it probably wouldn't look anything like ours. There would be shelves everywhere, window perches, high platforms, places to climb, places to watch. Because to a cat, height isn't about fun. It's about survival. In the wild, the higher you are, the easier it is to spot danger. The easier it is to watch your territory. The harder it is for something else to sneak up on you. So when your cat jumps onto the refrigerator, the bookshelf, or the top of a cabinet, they're not trying to be naughty. They're simply following instincts that have kept cats alive for thousands of years. Yet many owners immediately say, "Get down, you're not allowed up there." No. Little by little, the safest places disappear. If you have the space, a cat tree, a sturdy shelf, or even a sunny windowsill can become your cat's favorite place in the entire house. Sometimes, the greatest gift you can give your cat isn't another expensive toy. It's simply a place where they can quietly watch the world from above. Number 7. Your cat lives in a completely different world of smell. We love pleasant scents, perfume, scented candles, air fresheners, fresh laundry, a home that smells like flowers, or a luxury hotel. But have you ever wondered who those smells are really for? Probably not your cat. A cat's sense of smell is incredibly powerful. Scientists estimate it's many times stronger than ours. The gentle fragrance you barely notice can feel overwhelming to them. Imagine someone spraying perfume directly into your face and never letting you leave the room. That's much closer to what your cat experiences. And unlike us, cats can't simply ignore strong smells. They're surrounded by them, constantly. If your cat suddenly avoids a certain room or seems uncomfortable after you switch laundry detergent, buy a new perfume or use a heavily scented cleaner, don't assume they're being picky. Maybe that room no longer smells like home. Maybe it smells unbearable. For cats, comfort rarely comes from stronger fragrances. It comes from familiar ones. The safest smell in the world is simply the scent of home. Number 6. The scariest thing isn't missing dinner. It's never knowing when dinner is. If your cat could choose one kind of life, they would probably choose a predictable one. Breakfast at about the same time, dinner at about the same time, sleep, play, rest. Cats don't love routines because they're stubborn. They love routines because routines make the world feel safe. Imagine someone told you, "You'll have dinner today. Maybe at 3 o'clock, maybe at 11, maybe not at all." You'd probably spend the entire day feeling anxious. Cats aren't so different. Many owners feed at 7 one day, 9 the next, midnight after working late. Your cat never complains. They simply wait and wait, wondering, when will food come today? Living with constant uncertainty creates quiet stress you may never notice. To a cat, a routine isn't boring, it's reassuring. It's how they know the world is still okay. Number 5. Please don't wake them just because they're cute. Have you noticed how often cats sleep? On the couch, on the windowsill, on your keyboard. Sometimes in the most inconvenient places imaginable. And it's hard to resist. You stroke their fur. You pick them up. Maybe you gently wake them, just because they look adorable. But sleep is one of the few moments when a cat is completely vulnerable. In nature, a cat only enters deep sleep when it feels completely safe. If they're startled awake, again and again and again, their brain begins learning something. This place isn't as safe as I thought. Over time, your cat may stop sleeping beside you. Instead, they disappear under the bed, into the closet, or somewhere you can't reach. Not because they love you less, but because they finally found a place where no one interrupts their rest. Sometimes, the kindest thing you can do is simply let a sleeping cat sleep. Number 4. In a cat's world, staring isn't love. For humans, looking deeply into someone's eyes can be romantic. It's a sign of attention, affection, connection. Cats don't see it that way. In the feline world, holding an unbroken stare often means one thing. I see you, I'm watching you, I might challenge you. That's why some cats slowly look away, turn their head, or simply leave. They're not being rude, they're trying to avoid conflict. Ironically, the greatest sign of trust between cats isn't staring at all. It's the slow blink, closing the eyes slowly, then opening them again. Many people call it a cat's smile. The next time your cat looks at you, try blinking slowly, then look away. You might be surprised. A few seconds later, they may blink back. Without making a sound, you've just had a conversation. Number 3. Your cat already said, "Please stop. You just didn't understand." People often say, "My cat bites without warning." But most cats don't. Before they bite, they usually ask you to stop, more than once. Their tail starts swishing, their ears slowly flatten, their pupils grow larger, their body becomes stiff, their whiskers pull back. These aren't random movements, they're sentences. Your cat is saying, "I'm uncomfortable, please stop." But many of us think one more pet won't hurt, and that's when the bite comes. People call it sudden. To the cat, it was the last resort. When warnings never work, cats eventually stop giving them. Instead, they skip straight to protecting themselves. The people cats trust most are usually the people who notice the warning before the bite ever happens. Number 2, your cat doesn't think you're teaching them. They think you're dangerous. Your cat knocks over a glass, scratches the couch, jumps onto the kitchen counter. Your first reaction might be to yell, spray water, or punish them. We often believe punishment teaches a lesson, but that's not how cats learn. Your cat isn't thinking, "I scratched the couch, so my human is angry." Instead, they're thinking, "The person I trust just became frightening." They don't understand the connection. They only remember your loud voice, your fast movements, your scary hands. The scratching doesn't stop. It simply happens when you're not looking. Fear changes behavior, but it doesn't build trust. If you truly want to teach your cat, show them what to do instead. Give them a scratching post. Reward good choices. Make success easy. Cats respond much better to encouragement than intimidation. Number 1, the thing your cat fears most is being unable to escape. "Come here. Just one hug. Stay for another 10 seconds. We've all said something like that. But have you noticed? Your cat has already started struggling. Their tail is moving. Their ears are back. Their body is tense. They're telling you, "I want to go," yet we hold on because we love them, because they're soft, because they're adorable. But to a cat, being unable to escape is one of the most frightening feelings imaginable. In nature, being trapped usually means only one thing: a predator has caught you. Your cat isn't rejecting your love. They're obeying instincts that have kept their species alive for thousands of years. If being held against their will happens often enough, your hands slowly stop meaning comfort. They begin to mean restraint. So the next time you reach toward them, they step away, not because they love you less, because they're protecting themselves. Ironically, the cats that trust us the most are often the ones we never force to stay. Real trust isn't built by holding on tighter. It's built by letting go and knowing they'll choose to come back. Cats will never tell you, "You hurt my feelings." Instead, they simply change. A little less cuddling, a little more silence, a little less trust, a little more distance, not because they've stopped loving you, but because their trust has slowly been worn away. The good news, trust can always be rebuilt with a little more patience, a little less force, a little more understanding, and a little more respect for the way cats see the world. Because loving a cat has never been about teaching them to understand us. It's about taking the time to understand them.